Hey guys, what's up? It's the Rookie Revolution back with another video, and today I am doing my first collaboration on this channel. This has actually been in the works for a long time. Mike Lewis will be joining me to go over the topic in this video. But before I explain it, let me just first say Mike Lewis makes awesome podcasts where he interviews past and present cast members of the challenge. So today me and Mike will be doing something we have talked about a lot, and I actually did something very similar for Battle of the Seasons and What Ifs Part 2. Rivals 2 is no doubt one of the best seasons of all time, but some of the casting decisions we feel could have been a little bit stronger. So we want to change this cast a little bit, but also make it realistic for the time period it was in. I will be putting either me or Mike's logo in the top right corner, depending on who is talking, so you always know who it is. Without further ado, let's get right into it.
So I'm going to go ahead and take the money and run, Teach.
So the first pair that we'll be changing will be Cook and Naomi. We'll be removing Naomi off the cast and replacing her with Heather Martyr. This pairing, in our opinion, makes so much more sense because on the Real World Las Vegas 2, Dustin and Heather were a couple and going somewhat strong, even with their ups and downs, of course.
I have mail from my mom, and I open it.
Oh no.
You got taped having sex. It's all over the internet.
Think you're that upset?
Adam Marr got kicked out of the Real World house, and they brought in his replacement, which was Cook. Cook was instantly attracted to Dustin, and it brought a wedge in between not only Heather and Dustin, but it started a big rivalry between Cook and Heather, who did not like each other and still do not like each other.
Dustin, he is the total package that I would want for a guy.
Heather and Dustin are like married.
We gotta break that up. Dustin, in my eyes, is still fair game. She has her thing with Dustin, and I want Dustin. I don't want to be friends with her. If anything, I want her to keep as far away from me as possible.
A big reason Dustin was not on this season in real life was because Heather allegedly forbid him from competing on a season with Cook. This pair would have been a sleeper team who had a very big chance of making the final and potentially winning.
The next pair we will be changing is LeRoy and Ty. Ty did absolutely nothing this season, so we are removing him in favor of Tyler, who actually really deserved to be on this season after winning 2 championships in a row. A little fun fact is that LeRoy and Tyler were actually meant to be partners at first, and were all set, but MTV replaced him with Ty because they thought it would produce more drama, and we all know how that worked out. Tyler and LeRoy had a big fight on Rivals 1 because LeRoy called out Tyler for being afraid to go up against CT.
You guys had the opportunity and you didn't say anything.
Yo, you gotta go in, man up.
I won 3 challenges, so don't tell me about staying out of the jungle.
Come on, Tyler, you better than that. You afraid of him.
Yo, listen up, dude.
You're scared, bro. You're scared.
You tell me what being scared is, all right, LeRoy?
I'm safe. I'm
scared.
This argument is what would have resulted in them being partners. In our personal opinion, Tyler would have been the best partner LeRoy has ever had for the fact that all of LeRoy's weaknesses, Tyler makes up for. Tyler is one of, if not the best swimmer in challenge history and is good at puzzles, which LeRoy is not. We think this team would have been one of the top dogs on the season, and we're just upset we were robbed of seeing them.
So the next team that we'll be changing is Dustin and Frank. Dustin and Frank should have been a guaranteed team, period. The previous season in Battle of the Seasons, their rivalry was a very big focal point. The fact of the matter is, Bananas and Frank never even met and was the most far-fetched rivalry of the season. No pair should ever be made because of 1 or 2 tweets.
You guys have had some serious beef on Twitter.
That was an expensive tweet.
Frank and Dustin hated, and I mean hated each other, which also means really entertaining TV. I think they could have had a Kenny and West dynamic where they just would not be able to get along. Frank actually stated on my podcast back in June that he thinks they would have won.
I think we would have won. We certainly would have won.
But Dustin, when he came on my podcast, said that they would have had a lot of trouble getting along. The reason we did not get this pair is because, like stated earlier, Heather forbid Dustin from coming on since Cook was going to be there. But if Heather was going on with him, like our new pairing with Cook, I think this would have ended up working out.
I will berate you until you cry and feel like
Step to me. You won't step to me because you're scared. I will bury you.
Hey, Catholic schoolboy, you want to get straight, bitch? Come and get some. You don't know me. We're here.
All right, Dustin.
Come and get it. I will not do that.
The next pair we will be adding is one me and Mike joke about a lot. It's Bananas and Dunbar. Now, they were both actually on this season, but just paired with different people. But Bananas and Dunbar were actually supposed to be a pair. But since Dustin dropped out, they reached for a Frank and Bananas and Tyree and Dunbar pair. Dunbar and Johnny have such a big history between them, which some forget, but it was a big rivalry. On the island, Dunbar felt like Bananas screwed him into getting his key taken away and robbed him of potentially winning.
It was between you and Johnny.
And why did you not say Johnny? I'm angry at Johnny. I'm just really pissed that I allowed myself to trust a handful of people that were feeding me BS for this entire time.
On the ruins, Bananas beat Dunbar in the final male elimination.
I don't hate Johnny. I just want to hurt him a little bit, you know? He's just a selfish jackass.
On Cutthroat, Dunbar would frequently refer to Bananas as the scum of the earth.
Johnny Bananas is one of the biggest scumbags ever in my life.
And on X's one, Bananas seemed to just have a short temper with Dunbar and think of him as a joke and just not want to talk to him.
Dude, what are you doing? Just let me know.
Don't want to talk to you, but I don't It's not I don't know, bro.
Even if you were making a move, I would respect your move if you had the balls to tell me.
I don't know, ass. Okay?
Dunbar was actually looking at Bananas when TJ was announcing the pairs and admitting to wanting Bananas as a partner.
Johnny, of course. Yeah, me and Johnny Bananas don't like each other.
We think this would have been a really interesting dynamic to see because we don't even know how they would have worked together. We just think it would have been chaos, which is good TV. It's just odd to think we could have gotten a pair with one of the best challenge champions of all time and Bananas.
The next pair is a completely new one and one that we feel should have been a lock no matter what, and that is Avery and Nia. Nia and Avery had an explosive rivalry on Real World Portland that resulted in one of the biggest real world fights of all time. Nia attacked Avery's then boyfriend, Johnny, and Avery stood up for him and got into an all-out war with Nia. It was safe to say that they do not like each other. Nia and Avery actually went into an elimination on X's too, and if the heart displayed there at all translated into how they would have worked as a team and competed, they would have been unstoppable.
Don't get that no break. Excuse me, I mean to call her.
Nia did not go on Rivals 2 because of other commitments, but we feel as though they could have convinced her. Avery on my podcast stated that if they would have been a pair on Rivals 2, that they would have had at least a finals appearance and would have killed it.
Oh, I think we would have definitely made it to a final.
And I think we could all agree with ourselves. Jessica and Anastasia, they were just not doing it for us. So we feel like Nia and Avery would be a very welcomed addition to this cast. It would overall make it a more competitive and entertaining cast on the female side.
Do you want to go? Yes, I do.
The next one is the last female pair, and it's actually just an alternate team in our cast. Cara Maria and Aya. Now, these two were both alternates on this cast, but only Cara Maria made it on. Aya and Cara Maria actually had bad blood from Cutthroat since Aya felt like Cara Maria was using Abram to further herself in the game, and thought Cara just wasn't as good as her. These two both deserved a spot in the cast together, and quite honestly, Aya deserved and still does deserve a second chance. The reason we say they are alternates is because we imagine them both coming in after Trishelle quits.
Cara, you lost it today for a second before Abram pulled you through. My fear is that you're keeping Cara Maria here for a personal reason.
The next pair we have is Brandon and Danny, and we know what you might be thinking. Why? Well, we think they would have been a better addition than Derek and Rob were, and quite honestly, we need a layup and comedic duo team. We're not saying Brandon is a layup, we both think that he's underrated. But on the other side, Danny, well, he is kind of a layup, and was never going to win, and it is funny imagining his elimination record as 0-7. Danny and Brandon's rivalry stemmed from the fact that after Danny took Pete's potatoes on Fresh Me 2 and got into a fight with him, Brandon tried calming him down, but Danny was being a goof and giving him weird looks, which resulted in pushing and yelling and whatnot. Again, this is more of a joke pair, but one that we would have wanted to see regardless.
Danny's a good guy. He wasn't coming from a bad place. He was just drunk out of his mind. So he hugged me, then he hugged me again, then he hugged me some more, then he kept hugging me, and then he came back and hugged me again. So then I was over it.
The last pair we have is the male alternate team, and it is Chet and CJ. Now, CJ deserved a spot on this season no matter what after his performance in Hall Brawl against Zach. He should have had a guaranteed spot, and the only rival that really made sense for him or worked is Chet. Chet and CJ's rivalry is not a big one by any means, but it was still a rivalry. Chet and CJ got into an argument on Battle of the Seasons where Chet was pretty much making fun of CJ's intelligence and calling him a phony and fake. Even though we made them alternates, we still would have loved to see this team, and particularly CJ, on this season.
You know how I feel about you.
I don't know how you feel about me. Walk away.
I tell you that I'm proud of you as a competitor.
What does
tell
that
you
mean?
that I'm... See, this is exactly my point.
You're proud to make sure that I end up in the arena? That means you're a fake and a phony.
There you go. Thank you. And that's why I walked away.
You're a poser. Don't tell me I'm a good competitor and throw me in every time. CJ to me is just this fake Malibu Ken doll, and I want nothing to do with him.
I just don't want to talk.
Yeah, because you're a phony.
Now your true colors came out. Thank you.
Here is the new male cast, and here is the new female cast. And here is the complete new cast of Our Rivals 2. I just want to give a huge thank you to Mike Lewis for taking the time to break this all down and discuss this with me. This has been in the works for a long time.
Thanks for having me on Rookie Revolution. Make sure you guys like and subscribe my channel as well. Thank you.
Yes, please subscribe to Mike's channel, link in the description. He makes amazing challenge podcasts interviewing all of your favorite contestants. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and leave in the comments how you think these new teams would have done. Please follow me on Twitter at Rookie Revo for updates on upcoming videos, and until next time, take care.